Okay, I want to, these are for my breastfeeding moms who are pumping breast milk. If you're not a breastfeeding mom that pumps breast milk, then you can just keep scrolling because this is not for you. So let me grab one of my favorite tools. Mind you, a little backstory while I get this tool is that I'm a breastfeeding mom. First of all, I'm a mom of 5, and I, for the last, since April 16th of 2024, I've been breastfeeding since that day. And the last 14 months, I've been breastfeeding 2 babies. So I'm starting to wean off breastfeeding, so I'll also be pumping, but throughout that time I pump as well. I was an oversupplier beginning of my pregnancies until my body regulated to what my babies needed. But let me show you my number one absolute favorite tool that you absolutely need as a breastfeeding mom, and it literally saved me because my first 3 babies I was not able to breastfeed, or I didn't know that I was able to because I didn't stay consistent with proper electrolyte hydration. I did not stay consistent with food, like intake of food. I also didn't stay consistent with latching and pumping, so those were the main reasons for me. Mind you, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not claiming anything. Unless you have a health issue, whatever, your milk can come back. You just have to have proper education. That is so important in breastfeeding journey, and you have to have the will and want to continue. If you do not, then that's where you just won't continue to make breast milk. Also, if you're stressed, that high cortisol levels don't help you produce breast milk. There's a lot of things that factor, but let me grab my favorite tool so I can show you. It's like numero uno with these types of things. So one second. Okay, I'm back. So this is my favorite tool because if you are like me and you do not fit, yes, this is dirty, so just ignore. You don't fit the breast pump section that already comes preset with your breast pumps, and the breast pump that you get is like a plastic one, a Phalanx. This is a portable one, so it's like a rubbery one, but if you get one that doesn't come with the right size, that's not cool. So sometimes they come with like a couple sizes that would fit most average nipples, but oftentimes we're all different and we need a different size. Here's the problem with this is the size depends on your milk that you get from the pump. This is why the baby's mouth is much better, because the baby can pull more milk almost in every case. You just won't see it, but they do now have these like guards where like you can see it go through. Anyway, point is you need the proper tool to use the product to get the milk out of your breast, specifically to pull properly to not cause any milk buildup or mastitis, things like that. If your milk is not coming out properly but you're filling up and it's just getting stuck, that's gonna cause a lot of problems. So this is so important. Now this came with a scrubbing tool to like clean up the flanges that look like this, but I don't know where that is. I've literally looked for everywhere. I use this obviously, so but it's just like this little yellow sponge that cleans it. But anyway, so I wanted to show you, one second. Okay, so I wanted to show you how first of all I want to show you that everything that comes within this container. So you've got the sponge, which is not pictured here right now because I just cannot find it. So clearly I use it. So but obviously not all these sizes. So they come with 2 in each size. It tells you the millimeter size. I'll show you in just a second how to tell what size you are. But you'll get the 21 mm, you'll get 17 mm, you'll get 19 mm, you get the 15 mm, and you'll also get a 13 mm. And I believe my personal size is the 21, but I know that my pump came with, let me see, what is this? Yep, I'm a 21, so this is the one that I use. So I figured it out because luckily my pump also came with a sizing kit with it. Also, and you can get pumps through your insurance that are portable. My first recommendation would be getting a wall pump, preferably a rechargeable wall pump so you can take it around the house with you, and with the like tubes that go into it. I like the cups that sit in your shirt with the tubes that go inside. Those are my favorite because you can literally be discreet instead of like having the thing hang out and like poke out. But I also have the other ones that poke out too. I like the poke out ones, but you have to have like a special bra with them, with the ones with the cups that go in. And you can get a cup for like for any size. There's my favorite brands. I just can't use the brand names in this video because I'm doing a shoppable video, but I prefer specific brands that are portable, but I also love brands that are portable with like rechargeable, either smaller ones or like bigger hand ones that are rechargeable that you can walk around, go places, and they still have the cup inserts. Those are my favorite, which if they have those, they'll come with this rubber flange with the cup over top of it to go over top of you to discreetly fit. These are actually one of my favorite types of bras, just sports bras to just nicely comfortably fit them in there, and they're like discreet and they're quiet. I just like the tube ones because I feel like they pull the best milk. They're more hospital grade. But let me show you how to pick your right size so that you're getting the proper milk flow into these, because a lot of people are like, oh well, I'm not getting enough milk in my breast pump. Is my baby even eating enough? That's a whole other conversation that I can touch on later because I've had so much experience with breastfeeding. I'm not a professional, but I feel like I'm a professional because I've had such good teachers, such good support systems of other women who've breastfed as long or longer than I have, and or women just had like, let me just say, it all breaks down to proper knowledge and consistency. So if you have both of those things, your breastfeeding journey will be so much less stressful. It won't be painful. It will be happy moments. It won't be angry moments. All the emotions that come with that. So let me show you how to size. Let me show you how to use the Phalange sizing kit from Nursey Luna. It is a 3-in-1 silicone inserts plus nipple ruler plus bottle washer. So I love it, but the bottle washer preferably, I like to just use it for the flanges and like the pump parts and the nipples. Otherwise, I use a normal bottle scrubber for the rest of the bottle. So. But here is, so it comes with this sizing kit right here, and I have a lid from one of my bottles, and this is so this is you're here, right? And this is the sizing kit. So you'll notice that at the top of it is millimeters, so you'll be able to see, okay, it shows you, so you can measure how many millimeters you are, and then you can also measure the size of what you are. Now you want yours to be perfect, or just about, because you don't want to sit and have it pull too big, because then it'll pull a lot. In my experience, I prefer it to pull properly, so that way I can, and sometimes I do go like a tiny bit over, just so it has some room to pull the full nipple out. Babies though will pull a whole bunch of the areola with the nipple into their mouth, so it's like fully pulling on your nipple. They suck the whole thing in there. So you're thinking, oh, maybe I want to get a big one. No, because the point of the breast pump is this whole part right here. This whole part suctions. So so you'll have the prop. So once you find your proper phalange size, you say, okay, I know what size I am. My proper phalange size is this one, whatever one it is. Then you go put the phalange, which looks like this, and here's your breast pump. It like has a cup on it. This is your breast pump. You put it in here. That way, if you can kind of see, this will then properly sit. This whole thing does the work. There's like some breast pumps have like grooves and like notches here that kind of mimic a massage when you're doing it. Plus the breast pump itself has modes on there that help mimic the whole baby's mouth. There's lots of good ones. But see what I'm talking about? Like, this is where the milk is pulled from. So when you're doing your pump, you want to make sure you're properly placing it right where it's supposed to go. Then when you do that, it will so it will pull the milk fully. Now, you can do whatever setting feels right for you, but this is how you need to do it, because if you don't, it's going to be painful. You're going to have cracked and bleeding nipples. Like, all those things could happen if you don't have the proper equipment and proper sizing, and you don't stick it on properly. It sounds crazy, but it's so true. If you don't do this already, please, I'm putting the link to this kit down below. Please grab this kit, or at the very least, get a freaking ruler. Get a ruler to determine what your size is. Okay, so literally, you look and see, okay, am I a 12? Am I a 22? Whatever you are, you see how obviously you're never going to be this big. I mean, maybe some people, but I've never seen anybody. You'll just see, okay, this nipple itself is like a 12 or 13. So if you put it in the 12 or 13 one, I'm sorry, not the 12 or 13. So this one, if we place her, she's going to be in a 19. It looks like. So that's a perfect, but again, personally, I like to go a tiny bit bigger, just so I have some room. If I don't put it on exactly straight, it'll still do the job pulling. So this one looks like a 21. So as you can see, I gave myself a little bit of room to get to a 21. So you see how there's like a tiny bit of room on the outside. You want it to be as matched as possible, but personal experience, I found when I have a teensy bit of leeway, if I put this on a teeny bit crooked because I'm in a rush, I won't be in pain, it won't hurt me, and it'll still do the proper job. That is the biggest thing, because I don't know about you, but when you do your pump, if you've noticed that you don't put it on right, it only pulls the top of your nipple, so then only the holes in the top of your nipple will push milk out. The top parts get stuck on the top of the thing, and it doesn't fully pull milk out of the entire nipple itself, because you have holes all around this spot. So sometimes if you don't put it on straight, this top part gets stuck and only milk comes out of the bottom ones. Does that make sense? So make sure that you get a ruler. If you don't get this kit, please get this kit. It's not expensive. It's literally less than a coffee at Starbucks and a food at McDonald's, whatever. So please get this kit. Measure yourself. If you don't have this kit, or you don't have the money for this kit, put your ruler for millimeters up to yourself, and then. But yeah, so hopefully this is helpful. I really hope that this is going to help some moms who are struggling on a breastfeeding journey, and please just go get this. It's inexpensive. It comes with, again, all of these sizes that you could possibly need. It comes with a bottle brush. It also comes with your sizing kit, ruler. This is not included. I just have this from one of my bottles. And you can also use these things, the phalanges, to put on yourself to see which size you are as well. But this is so important. So if your pump doesn't come with these, you need these. You need these to be comfortable. If you're not the size of the phalange that comes with your pump, if it's being painful, if it's hurting you, if it's pinching you, please come get this. It's not expensive. This is going to be your lifesaver. Have I taught you just a little bit ago? I'm not sure how I'm going to layer this video, so this part might be first, and then I might teach you how to size up in just a second. But either way, whether it came before this part or after, please get this kit. If you're struggling with your pumping journey and you're in pain, this is important. So, also, if you have cracked, please get some balm. There's balm out there for cracked dry nipples. Get that. Get it. You need it. It's necessary. Also, coconut milk. No, that's not. Coconut oil. I like coconut oil when I was doing it. It helps there not be a slip, and it's safe. It's food grade for the baby. So obviously don't put gobs of it on, but like enough to like lubricate the pump and everything, so it's not sticky, uncomfortable. But yeah, get it down here, or just use a ruler. But please do this if you're struggling. Love you. Bye.